Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano. Guys, we got some disturbing news. Today. I'm reading through Newsweek and I come across this little piece of information. I kind of had a feeling this was going to be a bad thing when Ukraine was messing with Kursk. We've got issues all over the world, guys. While Israel sits waiting for a response from Iran, from all these different conflicts going on, we have this issue with Russia and Ukraine, and the UN is actually coming out and issuing a Kursk nuclear warning. Kursk nuclear warning. Let's go into this. I'm just gonna go over what I read through Newsweek here. It's pretty disturbing. It's intensifying. The world conflicts are intensifying, guys. We need to discuss this. It is an issue now to where I take everything I read with a grain of salt. It's good to get this information out here just so you know, so that you can try to prepare. I don't know if anything can really prepare you for any kind of nuclear conflict, minus digging a hole in the ground a couple miles deep. And then what's going to happen after that. But not to go too full doom and dark here right away. Let's get our coffee together. If you have to hit pause on this video to get your coffee together or whatever beverage you deem necessary, go ahead and do that now. You may need something a little stronger for this conversation. I am drinking the Kroger Donut Shop blend. I feel like they changed something. I feel like it's still okay. It's not as good as it used to be. I don't know. It's been a while since I've had it. Anyway, let's get into this here. Newsweek coming out saying, this is their headline, Kursk nuclear warning issued by the UN, the United Nations. Okay, so Rafael Grossi, I hope I pronounced that right. I am terrible at pronunciation. Rafael Grossi, head of the United Nations Nuclear Watchdog Agency, like I said that, advised Russia and Ukraine to use, quote, maximum restraint to, quote, avoid a nuclear accident, right? Because everything is accidents these days, like with all the different food recalls, the thousands of food recalls that we've had over the last year and a half, 2 years, those are all by accident, right? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying it. Let me know down in the comments what you think on all this. Okay. As in fighting, they want to avoid a nuclear accident as fighting intensifies in Russia's Kursk region. On Friday, Russia said it is bringing more troops and weapons into Kursk, where Ukrainian forces have launched a rare ground assault in Russian territory. It's getting scary, guys. Grossi, the Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency, or IAEA, as we will call it for the rest of this video, has warned of a nuclear accident if fighting around Kursk nuclear power plant continues. Isn't that ironic? Quote, at this juncture, I would like to appeal to all sides to exercise maximum restraint in order to avoid a nuclear accident with the potential for serious radiological consequences, end quote, Grossi said in a statement released by the IAEA on Friday. And it gets deeper here, guys. Grossi said the IAEA has been monitoring reports of military activities by Russia and Ukraine near the nuclear plant. Quote, I am personally in contact with the relevant authorities of both countries and will continue to be seized of the matter. The IAEA leader said. I will continue to update the international community as appropriate. Well, make sure you do. Make sure that you have updates and, constantly, because we would like to know, right, as a world, right? We would like to know if there are any kind of accidents or things like this, I don't know. The Kursk NPP has 6 units of reactors. 2 units are shut down, 2 are under construction, and 2 are fully operational. Meanwhile, Grossi issued a warning on Thursday about several fires near the Zaporizhia however you pronounce that, nuclear power plant, the ZNPP, in Ukraine. And that's the one in Ukraine, several fires near there. Quote, the off-site power supply to the ZNPP remains vulnerable, and any threat to the operability of the last two power lines is extremely concerning, end quote, Grossi said in a statement released by the IAEA. Quote, despite all reactors remaining in a cold shutdown state, the reliability of off-site power is still a major risk to nuclear safety and security at the ZNPP, and action must be taken to protect these remaining lines. Ukraine took Russia by surprise when it launched a ground assault into the country on Tuesday. Until then, the over 2-year war has mostly been fought on Ukrainian territory. They do have links of these different things as you go through Newsweek, so you can check out maybe their article on Ukraine basically launching a ground assault into Russia. Oh, guys, I hear it from other platforms and other things. It's like, you really can't make this stuff up. You really can't. And we're going to get into why this pertains into the channel here in just a second. Actually, right now. The U.S. continues to remain a strong ally of Ukraine in its war with Russia. On Friday, the White House announced that the U.S. is sending an additional $125 million in weapons to Ukraine. So guess what? Prices are about to go up, and we are paying for this. We are floating the bill, but it's okay because Zelensky came out and thanked everybody, thanked the American public. Let's go into this for a second, okay? So I remember like a year and a half, 2 years ago, we were talking about, Zelensky and Ukraine. They were all, Zelensky, I don't know if we've really heard from anybody else except for somebody. There's one guy that talks to, like a spokesperson. But I remember Joe Biden, President Biden, coming out and saying that if we gave F-16s to Ukraine, that equals World War III. He said that. He literally said that. I'm not going to put a video up, but you can literally look that up. It's everywhere on YouTube. Joe Biden comes out and says, if we gave F-16s to Ukraine, that equals World War III. Well, here we are a year, maybe a year and a half later, and we just gave them F-16s. Now, as to where Russia doesn't seem very concerned about this because they are very outdated. They are from the 1970s. Zelensky came out with F-16s in the background and was praising everyone for giving these to them and all this stuff. And you know what? I'm not going to get into like my opinions of all this. Feel free to let me know your opinions down below. Let's talk about this in the comment section. But it's very disturbing, and I felt that we had to add that because I don't think they really discuss that part of this information. And on the world stage here, we have so many different things going on, so many different conflicts. Iran and Israel and all of the different proxy wars that are going on in between. Some people say that this could all develop into World War III. I kind of feel like we're already there. I mean, things could literally go off the charts here any minute. And I'm not saying this. I'm not talking about this here on the channel to scare you by any means. I'm telling you this because in case you're not paying attention, in case you're not watching, which... we can't trust everything that we hear on the TV, if anything. I feel like they more promote this than anything, which is very disturbing. Very disturbing. But that's for another video, I guess. I don't know. But we're going to go on here for a little bit. Okay, so Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky thanked President Joe Biden, Congress, and, quote, the American people. So Zelensky's coming out and thanking us, the American people, for providing them with all of this money and weapons. In the meantime, our grocery prices are probably going to double. Families can barely afford to eat. But your money seems to be better use spent on a war that has really no, nothing to do with it. I guarantee you, everybody watching this video right now wants all of this to end. Anybody with a lick of sense wants all of this to end now. And it doesn't seem like there's anything being done to end it. There's no like compromise. There's no like, hey, this is what we got to do. Let's talk about ending. But everything that we are reading is talking just escalation. We need to de-escalate. De-escalate. This is a nightmare scenario, guys. And I'll tell you what, it's a lot different than it was, the attitudes might be the same as it was in World War II. But it's a little more dangerous. I mean, I don't know if it's any more dangerous, but I mean, there's technology and stuff that could literally wipe towns out. And not even have to fire any kind of weapons or anything except for maybe taking out someone's power grid, because this is the age of cyber attacks and things to take out water supplies or electrical grids or things like this. These are the things that we have to worry about. I mean, a grand scale roll of the dice. I feel so bad for all of the innocent people that are suffering, and I'm not going to go into the different things of innocent people that have passed because of this, because of these different things going on, different conflicts. I have to word things, just in case, because we are a bit of a family channel here. I want to make sure that we're not, just because we're talking about, honestly, I really feel bad even talking about some of these things, because it's like, but I want to make sure that everybody's in the know of what's going on. I read through Newsweek a lot, and I saw this article and I was like, this seems like a tipping point, guys. This seems like something that we need to make sure that we're paying attention to these things. All the different things going on, and I don't want to like compare this to our borders being invaded and all of this stuff. But guys, there are things that need to be done. We need to make sure that we're paying attention to all of our neighbors, all of our friends, all of our family, and I guess that's the stronger message that I'm trying to put out here through this video is, with these things going on, this could very easily leak into our home. We need to make sure that, for all the illegal aliens that are coming over here, we don't know their intent. We don't know, we know that they're probably trying to get out of a situation. Most of them are probably trying to get out of a situation where they live or something. But it doesn't mean that you can come over here illegally. Okay? Like I said, I'm all for legal immigration. That is the promise of America, the free land. Okay? But you can't come over here illegally because we don't know what's going on. I heard in the last 4 years, 30 million illegal aliens, illegal immigrants, have come into America. Now, whether that's true or not, who knows? But 30 million is a pretty high number, even if it was 10 million. Even if it was 10 million. I mean, even if it was 100 people. That tells me that the process isn't working and something needs to be done. Maybe we do need to completely close our borders until we sort this out. That's for another story, though. We're going to go into that. So anyway, President Zelensky's coming out. Thank you. And the war in Ukraine, I do believe the losses and everything in Ukraine are a lot worse than what we're being told. I do. I've heard some people come out and say that it's way worse than what they're telling us. I'm not surprised, because Ukraine is probably trying to make it look like it's not as bad as what it really is. Not really sure. This is just what I've heard. Okay? But this needs to end. Okay? And it's like, it is just carrying on. And whatever issues or whatever they have going on with each other, whatever it is, the world is getting too involved in all of this. And I feel a little uneasy sending a bunch of money and weapons and everything else to defend Ukraine, right? Because that is what it's really about. I mean, we've come out and said to Israel that we will defend you. We're not going to create an attack. Okay, that we have come out and said that very clear. Okay, well, with Ukraine going into Kursk, into Russian territory, I don't think we're going to find out if it's with things that we or NATO or somebody has provided. That's pretty scary to think, ain't it? Oy, oy, oy. If you guys need me, I'll be in the backyard digging a hole 10 miles deep. Don't know if it's going to do any good. Everybody always talks about bunkers and all this stuff. You know what? If there is a complete nuclear war, that's, start saying your prayers, because, eventually you're going to have to come out of the bunker. And, who knows? Who knows? So enjoy your life. Again, just putting this information out here just because I think this is one of the high issues of escalation here, is Ukraine actually invading part of Russia. I do think that this is and the fact that it's making national news now. When things in my history of doing research and checking things, the national media and stuff like that, is they can sometimes blow things out of proportion or not blow things out of proportion. I feel like whichever way kind of sways their direction, no matter what it is. I feel like when this is getting national headlines like this is when a situation could be maybe less or maybe worse, right? So we need to, that's why I feel, I just wanted to talk about this today. I saw this article. I know a lot of our viewers read through Newsweek. You've probably already read this, so. Anyway, they go on to say, quote, "This package's Stinger HIMARS, okay, are various anti-tank missiles as well as 155 millimeter ammunition and other equipment are vital for our forces to counter Russian assaults," end quote, by Zelensky. Okay. Quote, "It is crucial that the United States continues to take strong steps and demonstrate leadership in protecting Ukrainian freedom and European stability. We appreciate the United States' support from the very first days of Russia's full-scale invasion, which has already allowed us to save many lives together." I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't believe any of that. I don't believe any of that. This guy wants the United States to fight a war that we're not going to fight. As to where we have been helping to defense, right? It's been said that they can only use these things for defense. And from what I've seen and from what I've heard, it looks like it's going a little beyond that. And I don't know. The fact that all this has gone on and we're still continuing to send money and weapons, I just feel like, whatever the case, I just feel like this is crazy. This is crazy. And, we have viewers and friends on the channel from all over the world. All over the world. And I'll tell you, I feel so bad. I mean, we have viewers from everywhere. And I feel so bad for all of the innocent people that are caught in the middle of all this. I've seen videos of people trying to get out of Ukraine. Now, videos that may or may not be true. This could be what the media wants you to see. But we literally see, Ukrainian soldiers pulling people out of trucks and vans away from their families, throwing them on the front lines. Now, that's what they tell us. That's what they show us. And I'm just putting that out there. And I mean, just to paint a picture of how kind of bad this could really be getting. Let's see. And then they go on to a post that Zelensky, I guess, had put on X. And that's basically what we just read. I guess just confirmation. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It is absolutely crazy. And then there's a lot of different comments, which I'm not going to get into any of those. But, guys, I'll tell you what. The world is on its... I don't know. The world is always on the brink, isn't it? Always on the brink. And, I just can't imagine, there's been talks of Iranians, the thing is, it's all talk, okay? They keep throwing nuclear, and it's like, well, I guess until we actually see something, we'll never know for sure. And I hope to God that it doesn't come to that. So let's pray for our families. Let's pray for our friends. And just hope that all these people that are getting into these crazy different conflicts around the countries, around the world, I mean, that we can all come to a happy median, I guess. I don't know. We don't know everything going on. I know some people will lean on one side or some people will lean on the other. But we don't know the truth. We probably will never know the truth. And the only thing that I can say that really I wanted to say of my opinion is we don't want a nuclear World War III. We don't want, if people are going to fight and battle it out like two kids fighting over a candy bar, because that's what it always seems like, childish crap that people are. And I guess the scary thing is that we don't know what they're really fighting for. Because you don't like each other? Boo-hoo. Get over it. This is 2024. These differences need to be worked out in different ways. People can't keep pushing the buttons of other people to make them want to, force people in a position to have to do things. That's the real terror. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But this thing in Kursk, I don't know. I feel like Russia, being the world superpower that they are, could very easily take care of that situation. I'm just saying. And I'm not rooting for either one of them. Okay, I'm not rooting for either one of them. I'm rooting for this to end. I'm rooting for it to end. It needs to end, and it needs to end. There needs to be some kind of agreement of whatever it is. De-escalation, as that's the word of the month. I have heard the word de-escalation more in the last month than I've had my whole life. So, anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments. It's a situation that I think everybody kind of needs to pay attention to. It is, maybe just not pay attention to it if you don't want to, because it's some things that could really, it's really disrupting. It really is. I hated reading that. Honestly, not normally the kind of coffee rant video I like to put out here, but anything we can do to keep people aware of a possible situation, we're going to do here on this channel. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.